We'd like to start off with Mr. John Eide, please.
Thank you. Magandang hapon. Well, the morning speakers have taken all my subjects. Renato and Mr. Santos, so I have to reshuffle everything. But to all of you, I'm happy to be back in the Philippines. Let me start with that. Very happy. I have been in this country for 30 years, and now I'm finally back after a little break back home in Norway, and it's good to see you all again. And when we are sitting here, enjoying a stable, good environment, having good food, enjoying good company, our loved ones, seafarers, are out there crossing thousands of miles at sea and keep the world running. Because the world could not survive without our shipping industry. The shipping industry are transporting up to 90% of the commodities in the world, bringing energy around the world so the small or the big business can keep going. That is how important shipping is. It is a total of 5 billion tons, and that is a lot of commodities transported around the world. But it is a fascinating industry. And the fascinating thing with the industry is that lately it has become more and more multicultural. Just some few years back, on a Norwegian flag vessel, there was only Norwegian. And the same with other countries. But today, the society on a ship is so multicultural. And that makes it fascinating. We had a study in Stolt-Nielsen with the people who were sailing in an intercultural environment, if they wanted to go back to the full Filipino vessel. And there was a clear answer: no, we want to stay in the intercultural environment. That gives the enrichment environment, because that gives point of view from different parts of the world, and that makes it so fascinating. But in the intercultural situation, there is one important thing. Number one, that is communication. Because the industry we are running is a dangerous industry. People who cannot communicate are a safety risk for the vessel. And let us see here, we are in this room now, I don't know how many we are, but let me see the hand of those in this room who has the mother tongue of English. And for me as a Norwegian, for you as the Tagalog speaking people, we translate. We translate. I was lucky one time to be on a global project doing investigation on one word. Maybe. What does a people in different parts of the world means when they say maybe? We went out with a project and we were saying, can this job be done on this time and on this budget? If a Scandinavian man, we start at home, say maybe, there is 80% possibility that it can be done. We went down to the mid-Europe, it was 60. We went to Mediterranean, it was 40. We went to South America and to Southeast Asia, and it was 25. And we went to Japan with the same project, this job, on this time, and to this budget. The Japanese need for exercise, 1 hour break. And when they come back after this exercise, they say, if a Japanese say maybe, then it's negative 20%. From the northern part of Europe, 80%. The Japanese, negative 20%. There is 100% communication gap on one subject or on one word, may. So we better learn a lesson of communication. And I have been told, in this country, you wonderful people in this country, you have 16 different ways of saying no, and one of them is yes. Can you see? We can get confused. I have been together with my wife, Kari, for more than 50 years. And we have a small kitchen. We come from the same place in the western part of Norway. And after 50 more years, we still have communication problem in our own kitchen. It tells us a lesson about communication, how complicated it is. For communication is also not only how we are speaking and how we are using it. It is what is right and what is wrong. What is good and what is bad. We learn as we live. And about 100 years ago, one of you countrymen, Mr. Kipling, he was writing a good book. And he was saying, East is East, and West is West, and never shall they be. But here we are. Here we are in a whole industry where we have met, and where we have communication, and where we bring many things to the world. I will share with you a Chinese way. If you have 1 year prosperity, growth great. You can do that in 1 year. If you have 10 years, grow 3. If you have 100 years prosperity, grow. Grow. Would that take 100 years? The machinery of a human, you and me, is a complicated machine. Very complicated. We can go to the past, we can be in the present, and we can go to the future. And we are full of values and different setting of values. What is value really? It is 80% of feeling. 80% of the human being's values are feeling. Love, hate, frustration, humiliation, fear, loneliness. To you people, you know what loneliness is? What is loneliness? Sad feeling. That's loneliness. So we better learn a lesson of global values that influence our behavior, and it is complex pattern of ideas. How come? I mean, pregnancy in Norway is 9 months. Pregnancy in the Philippines is 9 months. We are born naked into this world, and we turn out to be so different. That difference makes it interesting. Very interesting. And we need to know about the differences. We need to respect the differences. And please, do not do the mistake. Don't try to adapt another culture into you. Just be aware of it and accept it. I can never, never become a Filipino. You know that. And you can never become a Norwegian. I was one time asked to give a definition of integrity. And I took Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was sitting on Robben Island for 27 years. 27 years in a jail. Fighting for color of my skin is damn as good as the color on your skin.